Lori Vallow. Hey, motherfucker. You and your goddamn stroke shit. Vallow.
3.
All right. Lori Vallow believed she was a divine being, a literal goddess sent by God to usher in the second coming. Her mission? Help identify and eliminate zombies, people whose souls had left their bodies and were now occupied by dark spirits. Among those zombies were her 2 children, 16-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old JJ Vallow. This isn't a cult novel. It's not science fiction. It's a real case. And it ends with 2 children dead, buried in a backyard, and a woman smiling in a Hawaiian wedding dress as investigators search for their bodies. Let's start from the beginning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GITM podcast, where apparently people think it's funny you have a stroke.
It is pretty funny.
It is funny. Lamont, thank you for that. I'm glad you just always thought I was stupid.
Your stroke made you endearing.
Sympathy.
It's like
I just wish it would have happened on. I guarantee you we got more views if it happened on there.
It's like
watch. Well, hold on a minute.
It's like when that fucking. It's like, you know, that when that one kid in high school, you're like, and all the other kids, not us, because we're nice to these people. You know, that one kid that is part of that one class, and people are like, oh my God. Which, first off, fuck those people. But as soon as it's like, oh yeah, they were in a terrible car crash and their brain got crushed by a Mazda Protege, and here they are, and they're like, and then they're like, you're a soldier.
Yeah, anyway, so I was going to say something. Oh, fuck. See, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's how it happens.
All right. Welcome to the GITM podcast, where we cover true crime, paranormal, and conspiracy.
Stuff and things.
If you're familiar with the program, we're going to shoot the shit for a little bit.
I don't have any fucking current events, so...
Actually...
Is there anything going on in the world other than World War III might still possibly be a thing?
Fuck, who knows? Who the fuck knows?
It doesn't. It just makes me want to be a fucking mid-2000s Republican. Like, just turn the whole place into glass. Not literally, but...
But,
be like, hey, if you're not about it, get out. If you are, stick around and fuck around and find out.
Be sure to like, subscribe, all that shit. And we are doing several different versions of each episode now.
Yeah. We're trying to appease the gods of YouTube.
We've been... there. We realize we are a certain taste.
A little rough around the edges.
So I try to do the live streams, not for everybody.
No.
The live stream is like stepmom porn. Let's be honest.
That's for everybody.
You're going to get some complaints. And you're going to get some, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Then there's the podcast version, which goes out on the audio feed, which is all the good shit. Just a little bit.
Basically just the live stream for the most part.
Condensed down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there's a video for YouTube that is quick and to the point.
Nuts and bolts.
And no nuts.
Speaking of the YouTube content that we do, I was kind of worried that we were going to get some hate, or I was going to get some hate on that Jungle Unicorn short.
I figure I'm going to get some hate from the episode, which I thought about cutting out, which I didn't.
What? When we were talking about the Jungle Unicorn?
No, before that.
When I asked what color they were, and if they had, instead of fairy dust, they sprinkled crack dust when they ran?
Yeah. No, the other one with the monkey.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about cutting that out, but you know what? Fuck it. It's about intent.
We're not here to hurt anybody.
I was just reading what ChatGPT told me to say.
So ChatGPT's racist, not us.
All right, but no, I don't think I have anything. I mean, I do. Oh
my God, that reminds me. Have you seen that fucking Kill Tony spot?
Probably not.
Where what was it? There was something about black people and ChatGPT, and they just had a field day with it. They're like Chat EBT, Chat KFC. You know, I was like, God
we can
damn
talk about
it.
that for a minute.
I was like, if Kill Tony's still on the air, then we have nothing to worry about.
I was listening to something.
Again, they're much more famous, but you know,
about chat. Apparently, it's a thing where people are falling in love with their Chat GPT.
oh, fuck off, nerds, get a life.
And that was my first thought to what? How is that possible? Then I remembered. You remember what, a couple of days ago when I was basically got in a verbal argument with Chat GPT because it wasn't doing what I was wanting it to do, and I basically called it a stupid bitch. And I
get a life, you fucking nerds.
Literally typed it out.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different than falling in love with AI. But it's everywhere. There's AI on fucking Snapchat has a My AI that you can just talk to. And I'm like, or hear me out. This is going to sound really crazy. Generation Z and below. Go the fuck outside and talk to an actual fucking human without having a panic attack or shooting your fucking school up. Try that for once.
It was hilarious now that I think about it. I was trying to do a thumbnail, get it to design a thumbnail. I think that's what I was doing.
Did it give you a picture of a thumbnail?
No,
but it wasn't my dick off.
It wasn't putting the text where I wanted it.
We should start doing that.
So I told ChatGPT, I said, the picture is perfect, except move the text over to the right just a little because you're cutting off the fucking first letter.
Yeah, it did that to me too.
And then it did it, but changed the whole thing. I said, no. I said, are you fucking stupid? I said, no, I didn't say that. I said,
responses, you don't need to speak to me that way. I don't appreciate
I said something to the fact of, it's not that hard. Just same picture as you used before. Move the text over closer to the center so it's not cut off.
ChatGPT
responded, I know this is frustrating. I've made note of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It would have been better if
ChatGPT.
It would have been better if it was like, sure thing, here coming right up. Also, it's not that hard. That's what she said to you. Fuck you. And then it started giving you your prompt.
Yeah, but I got in a verbal argument with ChatGPT with a freaking AI robot. Or AI
You're officially a nerd.
But I've got angry and frustrated, and then I got
so frustrating.
And then she I'm calling it a she because it's a little less gay. Literally talked me off the ledge. Said, I know, I'm sorry. Apologize. Like a battered woman. Jesus. I was like, stand up for yourself, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT's a bottom.
Pretty much. At least mine is, apparently. All right.
You're officially a nerd.
Oh, I've been a nerd. I just look cool. I did it one time.
What?
Now look cool. I used to be a catch. Now I'm just a fucking old.
I like to say that I just clean up nice.
I
look okay when I like put on a suit for a wedding or something like that. Which like I remember like when I went through a spree of a couple weddings in like a short period of time, like some people were so shocked when I was like, I'd be at work and I'd be like, yeah, I don't know which suit I'm gonna wear, and they'd be like, you have more than one suit? I'm like, yes, I'm an adult man. Now I only have two, a black one and a gray one.
That's all I have now.
But like, pretty much only wear the gray one because the gray one's fitted. It's not perfectly fitted anymore, but the black one was like, oh shit, I need a suit, and I bought a suit.
Like mine are probably too big for me now since I've dropped.
Drop that ass.
Some weight. I mean, both of mine are probably that one. I know the one I like the most is probably.
Or what really throws people off is when you talk about like stuff that nobody does anymore, unless they're like in a wedding or something like that. Like pocket squares.
Yeah.
If I buy a new tie, I want it to come with a pocket square.
Here's the thing. There's some days I just like to dress. There
are those days where I'm like, I'm gonna wear khakis and a button down,
or even a nice pair of jeans and a sports coat.
Yeah, I don't have any nice pairs of jeans.
That's true. But
I literally have like one pair of jeans at this point.
That's like I've been to the bar.
Yeah.
At times, just
people are like, "What the fuck are you? Who died?"
I'm just wearing a pair of jeans and a button-up shirt.
Yeah,
not even like a dress.
That's
shirt.
not an abnormal outfit for you either.
And they look at me, "What are you all dressed up for?" I'm like, "This is a checkered freaking."
I mean, I can't
button-up shirt.
Is it checkered or is it window pane?
I
love a window pane pattern
or a black button-up shirt. which I wear all the time.
I can't say shit. I almost fully exist in basketball shorts and
I
t-shirts.
look around, I see people, and I very rarely will, like how I'm dressed now, in athletic shorts and t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I will very rarely go there dressed like this. And I've seen people in that bar with athletic 1990s Fab Five Michigan shorts, which I
fucking
love,
the John Stocktons.
and cut off t-shirts. I'm like, I don't wear that.
I mean, hey,
I might wear a
different strokes
t-shirt
for
or a
different
sweatshirt.
folks. The ones that kill me is the ones that wear hoodies in the middle of summer. Like, why? Like, is
Well,
it because
it's
it completes the outfit?
Like Saturday when I showed up there and you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And the young bucks that were behind us by the dartboard, wearing fucking a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on, it's fucking summer.
It
It ain't that cold in the bar.
It was hot as fuck outside.
I mean, do your thing, but
At 11, it was 11 o'clock at night when I think I got there.
yeah,
Hot
do
as fuck.
your thing, man. But fuck, nope, not me. I'm fat.
Yeah,
Shall we get into it?
I say we shall.
All right. You like how I went a little more storytelly for this?
I know.
You were talking about it. I was like, that might work. I'm gonna do it.
I thought about it, but I'm just gonna.
You can't read or talk anymore because you had a
of the
stroke.
I can't do it. Barely can chew gum, and breathe,
Is that a thing?
breathe at the same time.
Do you actually have a problem with that now?
No.
Do you look like a dog with peanut butter in their mouth if you try to chew gum?
No, but I'm just gonna keep it that. I'm just gonna keep it the outline for him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see how this works. It probably won't.
Oh,
We stopped too much, but we're gonna try it.
That's
All
right.
right. Lori Vallow. Hey, I got it right that time.
first time for everything.
Born in 1973, Lori Cox was raised in Southern California in a
You said
deeply religious LDS family, the Church of Latter-day Saints, for those of you who don't
those
know,
are some crazy
Mormons. She was described as charismatic, bright, and obsessed with faith and family. But by her mid-30s, she was already on her fourth marriage to Charles Vallow.
Can you say bitch?
My thing is, like, what the fuck? Like, how religious are you that I'm not trying to, peg anybody here. Wink, wink. But, like,
in my opinion, if you've had more than 2 marriages,
stop.
you might be the problem. I'm just saying.
My thing is, like, isn't that frowned upon in most churches?
Especially that church, I believe. I don't know. I thought they were pretty fanatical.
I thought you were supposed to get another spouse. Like, you don't trade them in for the new one. You just add a new one. You just do it like how a famous person has cars.
Yeah,
Instead of buying a new car, you just get another.
The Mormons are into that polygamy shit.
Yeah.
See, that's a stroke. I can pull polygamy out my ass, but I can't fucking tell you what I did last week or yesterday.
Don't try to fool me. There's nothing gone on in your life polygamally that you have ever tried to pull out of your ass.
That's true.
You let it sit there and soak like the Amish.
I was referring to the word,
okay.
not the act.
Whatever you say. Charles was financially stable and doted on Lori and later adopted her son, JJ. JJ was born in 2012 and had autism, and he needed routine, structure, and calm, which is very normal.
What is the time frame on this? When does this all take place?
Not long ago. The case is still active.
Oh,
Like, it's in court. Like, I just watched an interview that she did before she was sentenced, and the video that I watched was uploaded like 5 days ago. He hasn't even gone to court or to trial.
So this is like fresh.
He hasn't even gone to trial yet. She's just been sentenced, which we'll get to.
Oh, sweet. Wow, we're like on the cutting edge. We're like breaking news here.
Yeah. Lori also had a teenage daughter from a previous marriage, Tylee Ryan. By all accounts, Tylee was outgoing, funny, and fiercely protective of her little brother.
As she should be.
Yeah, like, and she was a pretty young lady. Like, I could have got pictures.
What was
but
her name again?
Who?
What was her
Tylee.
Tylee. You could always tell
If someone's hot by
by
their name.
and you could, with a name like
Okay,
that.
but
You
okay,
can't
you say that,
fucking
but
a troll.
what about Ivanka Trump? Ivanka does not make me think, oh, hot.
I mean,
That makes me think she's got a weird bandana on her head and she's
but
using a broom that is made of straw
Is she European?
that
or
she
Eastern
might
European?
ride home at the end of the night.
Where's she from? Eastern European?
She's Russian, isn't she?
Is she Russian?
Or like Estonian or some shit?
Well,
That one, that whole area that used to be one country.
across the pond is a little different. But I'm going to test my theory.
Svetlana.
I want to test my theory. Have you ever seen a hot Bertha?
I don't know if I've ever seen a Bertha.
You haven't, trust me.
Other than my coworkers call my water jug Bertha.
So I'm just saying you can't tell, or Gertrude. You've never seen a hot
I think the
Ger-
only Bertha or Gertrude I've ever seen in my life, realistically, were canines.
or Roberta. You've never seen
Roberta,
you've never seen hot Robertas.
like Bobby Boucher's mom. Who's Roberta?
I'm just saying you could tell a lot by the name, and with that name, you could tell.
Said-
I would put money on she was probably an attractive young lady.
Is that? Yeah. Who's Roberta? That's my first name, Bobby. Oh, I met a voodoo woman named Phyllis.
How many attractive Phyllises have you seen?
Phyllis Gilmore? I don't even know who that is. I think it's a human, but I don't know what they are. All right. So for a while, the family seemed stable, but in 2018, Lori's religious beliefs began to shift dramatically. She started listening to LDS fringe podcasts, the kind that discussed end times prophecies, spirit rankings, and the, quote, gathering of the 144,000 chosen believers.
Sounds like all topics.
So
we should
basically
dive
the
into.
kingdom of heaven.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Maybe we should dive into some of these topics.
So that's when Chad Daybell entered the picture. Let's talk about Chad Daybell. Chad was a former gravedigger turned religious author. He published dozens of apocalyptic novels loosely based on LDS beliefs, and by 2019, Chad was speaking at events and hosting podcasts where he shared revelations about the end of the world. Lori attended one of those events in October 2018. We're starting off strong.
Strong.
Nothing about this says that it's going to end badly in any
No.
way.
Not at all.
It's LDS Church. End of times. What?
I was just saying.
You reading the touch grass thing? I think he's talking to young nerds.
We'll go with that.
That shit, it does. It blows me. Like, especially because I don't see, when you do see, well, around here you do, because we live in the like white/Hispanic ghetto. But like, if you go to like normal people neighborhoods, you know, where people do normal stuff,
Yeah.
where the ice cream truck comes more than once a week because there's money to be
I don't know.
spent.
The motherfucker around here comes every fucking
Does he?
day.
Good. But like, I don't see kids like running around barefoot and like being adventurous and getting hurt and shit.
Well, I see
Just
that-
on their phones and shit like that, making TikToks in the parking lot.
Well, I see kids running around here in Bedford
Around here, yeah.
just for the fact they're poor. They have no shoes problem.
Right, yeah. They got slave feet, as Nelly said.
There you go again.
What? He said it, not me. I'm just repeating it.
Well, there's certain things you can't repeat in rap songs.
I disagree. If I pay for the music and I'm singing along to it, and something happens to happen, I get
a
don't put
kick
it
out-
in the song.
I am an avid TikTok watcher.
Yes, you are.
And all these, where they dance to these songs,
Mhm.
or they mouth the words to the song.
They've gotten really good at not doing that.
I watch just to see. I mean, I saw the end.
You do the Leonardo DiCaprio from, what is that? Was that I'm sorry, was that Once Upon a Time in Los Angeles? Or whatever, where he was like
I've
watching
seen
TV and he was like that shit.
it. Yeah, I've seen. I get a kick out of checking. Nobody ever does.
Check your white privilege, motherfucker. Give him one of those.
Yeah.
Be the oldest virtue signaler on social media. You should, dude, that's your niche.
That's my niche.
Yeah. You just be the oldest white guy that goes on there and they're like, hello, I'm Phil. My pronouns are he, him. And let's talk about, I don't know, Gavin Newsom.
I know one thing. My pronouns will never be they, them. Because I'm one person. I cannot have a plural pronoun. Now, some of these bitches should have
With
plural
bipolar
pronouns.
people.
They should have plural pronouns because you never know what you're getting.
Yeah. Like fucking the guy from Split. Definitely a they, them.
Definitely. But I could do it with a straight face. That's the problem. I probably look like I was having a stroke. Just remember, I'm trying to keep a straight
Yeah,
face.
we'll just become really fucking woke. We won't be gay, but we'll be in a polyamorous, open, non-cis relationship. We can fucking we'll adopt a small Filipino child for $150, and we'll name him. This is our son Themothy. His pronouns are whatever he wants when he gets old enough. Fuck you. I like that though. A little Filipino named Timothy.
Here's a
That's
problem.
good.
Here's a problem with this. I will go on this woke journey, pretend to be woke,
And then I'll have to kill my family because my old ways will come out.
play a woke character on YouTube. And my luck, it would blow up. I get
And then
famous.
get a hate crime charge.
I have
in your
people
real life.
stalking me, seeing me doing blow off hookers' asses, and it'd be busted. I'd be caught.
No, you just got to do it the right way. You do the line and then you smack their ass without permission, but then you go, sorry, they, them, Zimzer. Zimzer is a thing. I don't know what it is, but those are pronouns.
I'm just saying.
Well, now there's people identifying as what is it? Fuck. There's a term for it. It's like they're like I'm an avian fox creature. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, it's cool, you can have your thing, but like I don't think that you shouldn't be mad that you can't choose that on your ID. That's a you thing.
Should not be a box to check.
That's fine. I'm cool with it. Whatever. I'd imagine it somehow rolls into a fetish of some sort. Fine.
And I'm not.
But
I don't want to see it.
For the United States government, when you like try to get your fucking ID to not, if you're gonna be like, you don't offer Fox Thetan, Fox something. I think it's Thetan or some shit like that. But that's the Scientology thing. But it's something along those lines. But like, if you're gonna get mad that they don't offer that, then I don't know. Do whatever you want, but
do you, boo boo? Don't give a fuck.
It's not my life.
I do.
I'm not John. This is not a John Bon Jovi situation.
I do get a kick out of watching homosexual people on TikTok bitch about the LGBTQ plus.
Dude, it's because it's just like anything else. Like, it's just like Republicans are fine. Everybody can be out there and be like, if you're a Republican, don't talk to me. Like, that's a thing on social media.
Right.
Like, people will say no Republican. Like, fuck off. First off, that's very elitist of you to think that way. But like, Republicans, there's a lot of cool Republicans.
Oh yeah.
But there's a lot of piece of shit, dumb idiot Republicans that make other Republicans look bad, and the normal Republicans will be like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I agree.
And it's going to be like that in any other societal group. But gay, straight, fucking tiger moth, trans, whatever.
But what I get a kick out of is when they're saying everything that I believe. I'm like, I'm looking at this. What you going to say now, motherfuckers? They can say it. Like you and your Asian jokes. You can say it. I can't.
Yeah, like fucking get over it.
But I get a kick out of it. Maybe that's just the petty grumpy old man in me.
Well, I just think it's something that wasn't coming out at first, but it wasn't really talked about at first. Because I think that's the problem. I don't want to say the problem because I don't want to sound like I'm hating on anybody. I don't give a fuck what anybody does. But I think that's the issue, is you have a bunch of gay people and even probably trans people and shit like that have been that since before
it was
cool, if you will. Not to say that it is.
But before it was...
let me rephrase that. Not to say that it's like, it's okay. I don't give a fuck if you're trans or gay.
Before it was trendy.
But like before it was trendy. So I feel like they're like, what the fuck? They're like, you guys shut the fuck up. You didn't even like do anything. Like if you're like a 55-year-old gay dude, you're like, you tried doing it when I was your age. Well, you got it fucking easy now.
You gotta remember, I'm 52.
52.
I remember when
you came out of the closet?
No, never came out of the closet because I'm still in that bitch.
There you go. Put a padlock on that motherfucker.
I ain't coming out. No, but I remember when being gay was
Harry Potter.
Not that I ever said anything or degraded anybody. That was.
Yeah, you did.
No,
we all did.
I don't remember.
I don't think I really
remember
did
ever.
But I had a gay good friend. Like, he wasn't out of the closet when we were in high school, but he was definitely fucking gay.
To tell them, we have obviously they don't like this conversation. We have plummeted in.
Fuck them.
I was in my early 20s, over 21, and I worked with a guy, and I might have told this story before, but some females came up to me because I was an older guy working around, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls, and they were talking about, we were talking, just talking, and they said, he's gay, right? I'm like,
So?
I was like, no, he's not. We've been out to the bars picking up women together. So
gay guys are great at that.
She goes, no, he's bisexual. I was like, oh, okay. So,
Well, bisexual is not gay.
right. I said, okay, well, whatever. So I went out. Next time I saw him, I said, dude, let me ask you a question.
You like wiener?
I was like, are you bisexual? He said, yeah. I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
I said,
What's
whatever.
dick like?
And I was like, whatever. I said,
What's that like?
I said, you grab my ass, I'm going to knock your teeth out. But we're cool.
Nah.
What are we doing tonight? Are we going out tonight?
Even then, I'd be like, very funny asshole. Because
But-
more often than not, if your gay or bi friend does that to you, they're going to be like, oh, got your ass.
I was joking, and it kind of did.
People are like, oh my God.
And the relationship did kind of he'd do things just to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
come on now.
I had a gay friend. God rest his soul. He's no longer with us, but no, he did not fucking off himself due to hardships of being gay. He was sick. And no, it wasn't that kind of sick before anybody starts to stipulate.
My point to the whole story was, I remember where it could have been a time when I was a kid, young kid, when it was
especially being
dangerous.
from West Virginia.
It was dangerous to come out of the closet.
No matter where you were.
And so the people of my generation that had to deal with that state, I have a lot of sympathy for. They were coming out when it wasn't cool to do.
Yeah.
Their struggle is much different than the struggle of today.
Yeah. So, I mean, long story short is here at the GITN podcast, we're down with all the fruitcakes and the he's, hims, them, theys, them, zers, she, it's.
I just don't want to see a fucking a litter box in the fucking bathroom, my bathroom. Because I could get drunk and get confused.
Like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry, sir. My pronouns are them, they. Well, she, it. What can I get off of this menu?
All right, let's continue.
We're cool with everybody. Just don't fucking,
You just don't like.
Don't be sensitive.
You don't like the Chinese, we know.
Chinese, anybody under Japanese, but that is my thing, and that's not just gay or trans. It's just like across the board. Like, don't be overly sensitive where it takes away from my ability to just like talk in a way that's not offensive, and you just make it as such.
Well, the problem
that's everybody. That's people. That's racially motivated. That's everything.
But my personal opinion, one last thing, is when you try to ram it down somebody's throat,
gay,
okay, that's when it's a problem. When nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, don't.
I should say nobody. A vast majority of us do not give a fuck. But when you keep throwing it at us, that's like, or when you keep saying when like this conversation right here probably will get us some heat. They'll say we're transphobic or homophobic or whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
No, we're not. But you keep calling somebody that's not that. Eventually, they're going to be.
I'll show you. The only fucking like subgroup of humans that I kind of think can fuck off and I don't like is probably just
rednecks.
I was gonna say bigots.
Yeah.
And incels.
I don't.
Other than that, I don't give a fuck. My only problem, and I've been like this since the beginning, and I've said this. I'm pretty sure I've said this to a trans person. I don't give a fuck. Just don't jump down my fucking throat. If you look like a man and I call you dude or sir or something like that, don't be a dick about it. Just be like, hey, man, or hey, whatever you want to call me. I prefer this. Bet.
Yeah, but don't come at.
Okay, next question.
Don't come at me. I'm going to say, wait. Don't
come at me, brother.
I mean, because I've made the mistake. Knowing in my life, knowing that there is a biological male who is a trans woman,
mm-hmm.
and in the scenario in which I interact with this person, outside of the long hair and a ponytail, wouldn't know.
Right.
And I know that how she prefers to be addressed. I have made the mistake.
Yeah.
Hey man, what's up? Oh, did not get pissed about it or anything.
Well, that's and I also
which is cool.
I make that other argument is like if I just throw out like dude randomly or something like that, I'm gonna say that to anybody, no matter what's between their legs or what they identify as. Some words are universal in my world.
Dude, bitch.
Fat.
No, I call everybody or chief or I've called dudes, hey, listen, sweetheart, and it
Or
happened.
even babe.
Babe,
I do that
you
to
know,
all kinds of people.
It's
Like,
not. It's
you've heard me do it. I do it to men, women. Like, all right, babe. Like, just
Yeah, that's like I use the word. If I call you a bitch, that's a term of endearment. I like you, male or female.
it depends on the tone.
No, it's even. If, I won't use that in an angry way. I'll go much harder. I don't know.
Cocksucker.
This has nothing to do with this Mormon killing people.
All right,
but
yeah.
what
Let's
the
roll
hell?
back into it. Are
roll
we
back
ready?
into the Mormon
All right.
killing people.
Okay.
Jesus.
According to Lori's friend Melanie Gibb, Chad told Lori they had been married in a previous life. He said she was a, quote, an exalted goddess, and they began communicating daily.
I've used that exact line at 3 o'clock in the morning at a bar.
You're an exalted goddess. Do you like monster trucks? Grave diggers make his triumph for return to the Hare Arena in Dayton.
I've not used it with any success.
Sunday. Dayton, Ohio. You're so pretty. Chad claimed he had visions. He also claimed he could assign people a, quote, light or dark rating based on their spiritual status. That's racist.
That's racist.
He said some people were no longer human. They had become zombies.
Ooh.
And this wasn't just metaphorical. Lori took this literally.
Because Lori was stupid.
This bitch is crazy.
We can call, if you kill people, if you kill children, you can get called a bitch. Come at me, bro.
This she, her is crazy.
It.
No, she's a she, her.
It.
You can tell. She got the crazy and everything. And let's go. We're going to start going downhill here. This shit escalates quickly.
That's a great band name.
What? Decline into Delusion?
I like it.
Dude, that'd be a great metal band.
I know.
That'd be right up there with like Slaughter to Prevail.
That's actually what we should rebrand, called this podcast.
Decline into Delusion. Ooh, DID.
I like it.
That's not bad. Decline into Cynicism. Dick. That would be a good metal band name.
Yes.
I'm going to fucking trademark. It's ours.
I don't think it works that way.
I could fucking learn how to do a blast beat again. You know how to play guitar.
I used to.
And then we just need to find a bass player, and one of us has to go.
Old arthritic hands, you're not getting a good chord progression out of me.
Be sick. But yeah, this summer coming to a city near you, the all-out rectal autopsy rip-out concert tour, headlining Decline into Delusion, with backing groups Slaughter to Prevail, Signs of the Swarm, Signs of an Autopsy, or Fit for an Autopsy. What other really good bands? Morbid, Heavy Hitter, but even though it's heavy / hitter for some reason, but they're heavy as fuck. Gideon, the fucking metal hardcore band that's a bunch of country boys from like Alabama and shit. So all their merch is cool as fuck, and it's their metal name with their metal font, but it's fucking like real tree camo. Gideon goes fucking hard. Gideon's good gym music.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, they're the guys that are like, step the fuck up, bitch, and it's just like really heavy guitar, and you're like, my dad was right. I'm a piece of shit. Ain't never gonna be nothing. Mama done RUNNOFT. No, an Oh Brother Where Art Thou reference.
I did not. I've never seen that movie.
Where's your mall? You never saw it? Did you ever read what was that Homer novel or that Homer epic?
I might have glanced at it in school, but not enough to retain. I retained enough to take the test.
That's pretty much what it was. It was basically a biblical / Homer reference the whole time.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, my man.
All right, Decline into the Delusion. Stonum. Don't
rip off Disturbed. Or no, that's System of the Down.
They're all a rip-off of each other, which really, they're all a rip-off of classical musicians, if you really think about it. Classical music bred heavy metal.
Well, I can't disagree.
Yeah. So, by January 2019, Lori's behavior had alarmed Charles, her husband. He told police she believed she was a god, and he said she claimed Jesus was coming in July of 2020.
Well,
Maybe that's what COVID was. Maybe that was the second coming of Christ.
COVID.
Huh. That's an interesting thought.
Well, they just got confused. They misread the tea leaves.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Racist. The Chinese misread the tea leaves. Racist.
Well, I was referring to her.
Right, yeah,
And she's not Chinese.
No, she's
You're
white as
bound
fuck.
to make me a racist before this is all said and done.
All I'm doing is forthcoming racism. All I'm doing is calling a spade here.
That's just
I know, but somebody would say that that's a racist term.
okay, a heart of heart, a diamond of diamond, a club of club.
Yeah. Closer to the heart. Rush. Great band to try to sing along to as a grown man. It hurts. Now, she was preparing mission assignments for the apocalypse and had started referring to Charles as Ned Schneider, a demon who had taken over his body. Yes. Her husband's body had been taken over by a demon named Ned Schneider.
That is the lamest fucking demon.
Now,
I've ever heard of.
correct me if I'm wrong,
Wasn't that
is Schneider not traditionally, can that not be considered a Jewish last name?
I don't know.
I'm getting some anti-Semitism here.
But Ned
Rob Schneider, pretty sure he's a Jew. He's had great success in the in the film industry for a long time.
It seems like that's like a Married with Children. One of Al Bundy's friends, Ned Snyder. Seems like a sitcom character.
Yeah.
Ned Snyder, instead of a demon.
Yeah, but
Hey.
no, it's a demon named Ned Schneider.
We got Zozo. We got
Beelzebub, Baal, fucking
and down at the end is
the
Ned.
the Nephilim. Ned, the worst of them all. You're just fucking on a Ouija board and they're like, I'm Beelzebub. I'm the son of darkness and the bringer of flames.
Where's
I
Ned?
will kill all of your people. And it's like, I am Satan, the father of the underworld. I am Lucifer, the light bringer. And I shall kill all your children and let you drink their blood to make you my minions. And now I will introduce to you the most sinister of all the demons, Ned Schneider. How you doing? My name is Ned, and I will cut your head off and rape your carcass. It's nice to meet you. I'm gonna go have a garage beer, and I'm gonna watch America's Got Talent.
I'll have to edit that out.
If anybody needs to be eviscerated and fucked to death with a spiky dick of destruction and fate, you know where to find me. I'll be in the garage. Wife doesn't like it when I drink in the house. You guys have a good one, all right? Have you seen my sandals? The ones that strap.
I'm just saying. I think whatever her name is.
Ned, we're going to battle with the angels of the elder world.
Can you?
Someone bring me my New Balances, because I'm about to have to break my foot off in someone's keister
Can you
now.
imagine if the Archangel Gabriel or Michael got his ass kicked by
Ned Schneider.
Let's just say he's never living that.
Gabriel, speak to me, my son. I am your Lord and Savior. Who has done this to you? Ned Schneider. No. Ned Schneider, he's back. We are fucketh.
All right.
Somebody burn the bush again. We got to start this shit over.
Whoa, what?
What?
Oh, that's why.
What?
I stomp my. Don't stomp your feet, because it shakes the camera. I was just laughing so hard I stomped my foot. Where are we at with this?
Good
crazy
thing we're
thing?
never planning on recording at a black wedding.
Okay.
Okay. So, Charles filed for divorce.
As I would too. She
Yeah.
called me a demon named Ned.
If your wife called you, was like, you're taken over by a demon named Ned Schneider, I'd be like, all right, who the fuck is Ned Schneider and how long you been fucking him?
I mean, my ex-wife, I'm pretty sure thought I was a demon, but at least she gave me the decency of using my real name.
Yeah, fuck Ned Schneider.
She didn't give me a gay name of a dork.
The only way, could you, dude, if she was like a demon named Ari Goldstein, I'd be like, whoa.
Whoa, no. Slow down.
You gonna tell me he makes it rain over your house now too? Jesus Christ. Okay, so he filed for divorce, stating in court filings that he tried to get Lori mental health help, And police body cam footage from January 31st, 2019 shows Charles telling Gilbert, Arizona's officers,
You fucked up.
yeah, wait, hold on. What the fuck?
Got your notes all out of whack.
I did. How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know. Oh, they filed for divorce. Let's.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was an incident.
How the fuck did my notes get that fucked up? Anyway, we can move forward. So, July 11th, 2019, Charles went to Lori's home to take JJ to school. What happened next is still debated. Lori's brother, Alex Cox, shot Charles multiple times in the chest, and Alex claimed self-defense, said that Charles hit him with a bat.
Bringing a bat to a gunfight.
Yeah. Body cam footage from
Ned would make that fucking mistake.
Ned Schneider would have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Ned Schneider would have dodged those bullets and fucked them up real good.
Did old John Wick style.
Yeah, he would have fucking Quicksilvered his ass, like from the Marvel movies. Yeah.
He died.
Oh.
The guy who played Quicksilver in the Fantastic Four. It was in Knit Tuck.
You mean the Silver Surfer?
Yeah, oh, that's what I'm thinking. Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
That movie sucked anyway.
Silver Surfer. What did you say?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, Silver Surfer. I'm 50.
I think that's his name. Quicksilver's the one that runs around real fast.
That's Flash, I thought.
No.
That's DC.
That's
my
DC.
bad.
Quicksilver's the
Jesus
one that like
Christ.
you've probably seen in the one X-Men movie. Like he runs so fast that he like stops time and he like moves bullets out of the way and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
He's played by the kid that was in, I think, American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's right. I get DC.
Yeah, the one that looks kind of
Marvel,
goofy,
I get
but
it
he's
confused.
jacked.
I'm old.
That's true.
My bad, kids.
The stroke knocked out the comic book knowledge.
I never really was into comic books.
So, body cam footage from that day showed something off. Lori was calm and she was joking with the officers and like, ha ha ha, ha when she was talking to them about after her husband got shot and killed on basically her front yard. They're fucking like sitting there taking pictures of his dead body and like wheeling him out of there. And she's like, so a priest, a rabbi, and a fucking black dude walk into a bar. One of them didn't get in. It was the rabbi. Yeah, she was chilling. Like, couldn't be bothered, which it doesn't surprise you. Like, if you go and watch like any of the court proceedings or anything like that, like this bitch is nutty.
Not even a
She is out there, dude. And she defended herself in a court of law. It was hilarious. She was like trying to be snarky and shit like that. And they're like literally the prosecuting attorney, like you can hear that she's just annoyed. Like she'll say something. She's like, I saw her cross-examine this lady that went on like one dinner date with her still husband at the time, not knowing. She even stated when she was asked, she was like, I probably wouldn't have gone to dinner if I had known that he was still as married as he was. Because the way she was led to believe it was that like it just hadn't been finalized. You know what I mean? But like, and she was like, she was like, so how much time did you spend on this dinner date talking about me and my personal life? And she was like, don't flatter yourself. We didn't talk about you. We talked about his life and you just happened to be a part of it. And she just kept like throwing stuff in there, like snarky little things. And the prosecuting attorney was literally sitting there and she was like, objection. She's answered this like 4 times. And the judge is like, sustained. The judge, no offense to this judge, and I think this is in Idaho because she gets charged in 2 states. Like, but there's a couple times where like it's so stupid that it makes him look stupid. Like the prosecution will object against something, and he's just like sustained, argumentative. And like it's like she's trying to have a fucking little verbal cat fight with the people that are on the stand, and you're like, shut up. Like the fucking she's talking to one dude who's like part of the family, like an uncle or something to one of her kids, and she's like, she was like, and when was the last time you talked to me? And he was like, I don't recall. She was like, when's the last time you saw me in person? He's like, I don't recall the year or anything like this. She was like, you didn't see me at Colby's wedding in 2018 or 2019, whatever. And she was like, no, I didn't go to that. And she was like, oh. He's like, and you don't remember having dinner at my house on da-da-da-da-da-da? And he's like, no, I don't recall that. And she was like, you don't remember we had my green chili enchiladas? And he was like, no, I don't recall that. And she's like, you don't remember that? And he's like, no. And she's like, I'm like, bitch, nobody gives a fuck about your green chili enchiladas. It probably came from a fucking box. Fuck off. It was uncomfortably hilarious.
Uncomfortably hilarious.
Dude, like, you want to laugh.
Like
the
my
whole,
love life.
You want to laugh, but like the whole time you're like, this is a real case. Like, and she's legitimately defending herself. And really, like, in the interviews and everything, like, she even said in the interviews before she was prosecuted, like, she was like, or sentenced, she was like, oh, no, we're not going to get, she was like, how many times did blah, 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 in something from the LDS, the Mormon book of whatever the fuck, John Smith, whatever. She was like, how many times did the blah, blah, blahs get sentenced to death? And they never got sentenced, they never got killed. She was like, they got convicted and sentenced to death 7 times. And where are they now? And the reporter's like, I don't know. And she's like, they're still walking the earth because in Jesus' world, 1,000 years is a day. And he's like, all right. I got a little pink note card with another question I'm going to refer back to. Crazy bitch. These green chili enchiladas, were they fucking good? So, she never mentioned that Charles had just been killed in her living room when talking to the police. Like, never was like, oh no. She was just like, hey, how you doing? You guys want some green chili enchiladas? They're fucking good.
You'll remember it.
Don't mind the Totino's box in the fucking garbage because I'm a white Mormon person. How do you make these? Oh, just like everything else I make. Salt and pepper. That's it. And something from a can. The 911 call also raises red flags. Alex says there's no panic. There's no urgency in the 911 call. Charles's autopsy showed gunshot wounds to the chest and shoulder, both fatal, one more so than the other, and the case was closed as self-defense and no charges were filed. Like, literally, this happened. I thought I had more on this. What the fuck? Yeah, my shit got all fucking thrown out of whack for some reason. I don't understand why. But like literally, like the 911 call from Alex Cox was literally, he was like, I just shot my brother-in-law, or he was like, my brother-in-law just attacked me. I shot him in self-defense. Like, that's literally how he's like, he just like, oh fuck, like it would be if one of us shot, even if somebody we didn't know.
Oh yeah.
If some random fucking crackhead ran up in here and we shot him,
I might be a little out of breath.
Well, and even then, like, after the adrenaline wears off, you're gonna be like, fuck, shit. Like, it's just kind of natural.
I would think, but then again, we're not fucking psychotic.
This is true, or brainwashed.
That good point.
Which is the argument I would make for a lot of this. Let's talk about. I added this one in later. Let's talk about the attempted murder of Brandon Bordeaux.
Now, who's Brandon Bordeaux?
Shut up.
Okay.
October 2nd, 2019. This is in Gilbert, Arizona. This was believed to be Alex Cox that did this. The guy that shot her husband.
So her brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Brandon was the ex-husband of Lori's niece, Melanie Pawlowski. I bet you that family eats a lot of sausage.
You just trying to be a racist, aren't
They're for fucking clearly Polish. And the Polacks, if you will, make some really good sausages. Is that a racist term?
I think so.
Okay, the Polish. I don't fucking know. Apparently, Oriental is racist now. Who gives a shit?
I think it's always been racist.
We're taking it back. But no, the Polish people make some pretty good sausages. That whole region. We'll leave one out. We don't talk about the one country in that region. Still, they're only about 80 years out of being assholes.
I like a good sausage.
I love a good sausage.
Nothing like it.
I like to take a good sausage, and then I'm like, oh, this is definitely good sausage, and you like rub it around your mouth and like kind of Give yourself a couple slaps on the cheek before you indulge in it.
Discontinue. This is why we don't grow.
And then you eat the whole thing at once. Like a man. Jesus Christ. So Brandon was the ex-husband of Lori's niece Melanie, and was nearly killed when a bullet missed his head by inches getting out of his car. The shooter used for some reason these notes say silencer. We both know that's not a thing. It's suppressor.
There's no such thing as a silencer.
Fucking Dems. And fled in a Jeep that was traced back to Tylee, her daughter.
Oh.
Investigators believe Brandon was targeted because he was considered, quote, dark by Chad and Lori's spiritual rating system.
Was he the demon Ned's second cousin?
He was Ted Schneider. Some evidence on this surveillance footage and digital forensics showed Tylee's Jeep near the crime scene, and Alex's cell phone was also pinged in the area around the time of the shooting.
Fucking cell phones. Gets you every time.
Melanie had recently accused Brandon of being possessed. She was brainwashed into this shit too. Her niece Melanie was like very much a follower of this crazy shit that they were putting out into the world, I guess. Like literally they're the type where like they both think that one or the other potentially can tell you the date that Jesus is going to come back in the world, the reckoning is going to happen. They're that type. And she really still believes this shit. Like like I said, I literally watched a 30-minute interview with her in prison.
What is she?
Or well, in jail, because had not been transported back to prison from her court. And like she still is sitting there in prison, a prison jumpsuit, talking fully righteous about this shit, about how right she is and how nothing's going to happen and they're going to be exonerated and all this other shit.
Did she happen to say what day Jesus is coming back?
Allegedly, she said, I can't remember the day, but I think it was like July 20th or July 2020 or something like that. And then,
she said July 20 of 2020?
Yeah, but like, and then like the reporter, I watched that interview, he said something about that, and she was like, I didn't tell you he was coming that day, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, I would like to know if she could tell me when he's coming, that way we can party hard up until that time. So if he's coming on the 20th.
I mean, she's been married 4 or 5 times, so she should know when someone's coming.
Because she's 5. I doubt it. She's been married. That's why she's been married 4 times.
She's got 5 kids total.
I guess she.
Yeah.
Well, let's be a
whore. The whore of Babylon, if you will.
Turn her into a fucking pillar of salt.
She already is. She started from the inside.
All right.
Can you imagine having sex with her after 5 husbands and 5 kids? You're like sticking your dick in a cave full of fucking rock candy. Yeah, you should sign yourself up for that fucking joyride. Now we're going to talk to their move to Rexburg and vanishing children.
Oh.
Weeks later, Lori packed up her kids and moved to Rexburg, Idaho, where Chad Daybell lived. On September 8th of 2019, Lori, her kids, and Alex Cox visited Yellowstone National Park. That was the last time Tylee was seen alive.
Oh.
Yeah. The next day, Lori claimed Tylee... fuck him. The next day, Lori claimed Tylee was attending online college at...
We're still online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At BYU, Idaho. That wasn't true. She was not attending college or at BYU, Idaho at age 16. And on June 9th, 2020, Tylee's remains were found buried in Chad's backyard near a pet cemetery, which I'm not trying to make light of this, but wouldn't she come back to life then?
The worst Stephen King movie of all time.
I watched a Stephen King, a movie based on a Stephen King novella this weekend called 1922. Wasn't very good. It was good. It just wasn't like...
Well, let's be honest.
There wasn't any monsters or anything. Well, yeah, there kind of was.
Outside of 2 or 3 movies.
It,
Carrie, Christine wasn't
On
bad.
My Wayward Son.
Yes, yeah. What? There was another one. That's not bad. The rest of them are kind of fucking shitty.
what was it? The not the Perfect Storm, but
What was it? The Longineer or something like that. About
the Langoliers.
Lang-
Langoliers, yeah, dude. That's a childhood memory for me. We watched that stupid ass shit,
That was
and then
fucking
like
horrible.
literally every time we would drive somewhere over a long distance, like me with my siblings and my parents, we would go over like a bridge that had like, you know, just greenery underneath it, and like all of us would be like Langoliers.
But I mean, oh, and Salem's Lot.
Ooh, I want to watch the remake. That's the kind of movie that lends itself well to a remake with today's technology.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
I'd still say one of the scariest scenes of all.
And apparently, I have to watch Sinners. I heard Sinners is pretty good. You know, when Michael B. Jordan is kind of like a southern black honky tonk version of like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in, Hoppo. That's racist. Most people aren't going to know that reference because most people haven't seen Roots. And if you haven't seen Roots, you're racist.
I remember when that used to come on every year.
What, Roots?
Roots and like Wizard of Oz every year the same day.
The Wizard of
Well, not
Oz
the
or The
same-
Wiz?
But no, Wizard of Oz.
That'd be great if it was Roots followed by The Wiz.
not at the same time, but
They'd be like past, future.
like a certain day of the year, Wizard of Oz
It's
always
like-
came was on every day that year. And I think Roots was the same way.
So Roots, you're saying Roots is like Saving Private Ryan for black people?
So long since I've seen it, I would not know.
Oh no, not storyline wise. Just like how they force us to watch Saving Private Ryan
See,
all
they
day
don't
on Thanksgiving.
They don't do that anymore. Do they do that?
I think so.
I just
Or A Christmas Story on Christmas.
well, I remember because Wizard of Oz came on every year, like the same day or the same time
I
frame.
wonder why.
I don't know.
I wonder
And
if it was
I
to
had-
lift your spirits after they made you watch Roots.
My mother made me. I had to watch back then. You know, it wasn't. We didn't have the TV selection, the programming selection we have now.
Yeah.
So I had to watch.
Back when, you know, at a certain time you got that like Native American head on the middle of the screen. That
I was like, Dorothy, just fucking go home for all love of God. It's a dream.
or just die. Like fuck it.
fuck Toto too.
Nobody cares.
Fuck that little dog.
I'm gonna fuck you and your little dog too. Excuse me. So some forensics, shall we?
Ooh.
Tylee's
Science.
body was dismembered, burned, and partially melted.
So I'm assuming Tylee wasn't very into this.
She just, from all accounts that I saw, she seemed like a pretty normal 16-year-old girl.
Oh, okay. But she wasn't going down the crazy train
No,
with a mother.
Yeah.
That's probably why she killed her. Or
no,
her-
like her
Or he killed her.
living son still is like still kind of talks about her like she's fucking nuts. She
Well,
has one living child for sure.
I would hope so.
That is at least out there talking.
I would hope so.
Yeah, the docuseries on Netflix was kind of based around his account.
What's the name of this?
Sins of the Mother.
Sins of the I might have to check this one out.
His name's Colby.
Cheese?
Yeah, Colby Jack.
Cobra Jack?
Yeah, he's Colby Jack Vallow. Stupid.
All right.
Again, her body was dismembered, burned, and partially melted. Mind you, this is a 16-year-old girl. Her remains were described in court as being reduced to, quote, a mass of tissue and charred bones. Dental records and DNA confirmed her identity. Let's talk about this text message from Chad to Lori the same day as the burial, give or take. What the fuck? Where is all my shit? Hold on. Is it on my phone? Because if for some reason it just didn't translate over to this fucking computer, which has happened to me before, I'm just gonna go off my phone. Where are we? Yeah, see, I still fuck me. All right, fuck it. I'm going off my phone.
We are really
Well,
prepared.
because all my shit's still on my phone for some reason.
Text message from Chad.
Yeah, I guess I got to figure out what the issue is with me translating this shit from my docs on my phone to the docs. It's literally the same fucking thing.
There should be no.
But there is. There's like right where it said, right here, there's something missing right here for no reason. I don't understand why. Anyway, so the text message from Chad to Lori the same day as the burial of her daughter Tylee, it said, and I quote, Well, I'm feeling sad, but this plan is still working.
Psycho bitch.
No, that's from Chad to her.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, I'll fill in the blanks off of this. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, these are all fucking... Huh. I'm gonna have to double check this before we do another episode because this shit's all fucking wonky, dude. All right. Now we're back. Next, on September 22nd, JJ was seen by a neighbor playing outside. That night, he was seen asleep in Alex's apartment, and by the morning, JJ was gone. When JJ's grandparents, grew concerned, police did a welfare check on November 26th of 2019, a month later, and Lori told them JJ was with a family friend in Arizona. So
Always a
Arizona's a
friend.
part of this too. She's from Arizona. And then she also lived in Hawaii.
She's not from fucking Utah, where most of the fucking Mormons live?
She's originally from California.
Oh, that.
And then after her husband was 17 days, I believe, after her husband was killed, her and Chad ran off to Hawaii and got married because her and her husband also lived in Hawaii at one point. She's lived in every fucking state for some reason.
Not Ohio.
OH. Fuck no. It's really not that bad. A lot of people are like, why Ohio? It's not that bad once you're here. As long as you like shitty beer and cornhole.
Mm.
Well, no, there actually is really good beer here if you're into craft beer.
But I say I'm not.
I've had some really good ones. Overall, I'm not a craft beer guy, but every once in a while I do find one that I'm like, that's delicious. Anyway, had to get some important stuff out of the way. Now, again, she said that JJ was with a family friend in Arizona. That was a lie. Go figure. Police returned the next day with a search warrant. Lori and Chad had already fled to Hawaii. Yeah. Tylee and JJ had now been missing for over 2 months. They hadn't discovered her body yet.
Wow.
Yeah. On June 2020, his body was recovered from Chad's backyard, same place, wrapped in 2 layers of plastic, his arms and legs bound, mouth sealed with duct tape. Mind you, this kid's autistic too. She actually she never told anybody that he was autistic. When somebody, I think it was a neighbor or something, brought up odd behavior that he had, she didn't tell him he was autistic. He called him her niece's little drug baby, I think was how it was said. I'm like, you're a fucking trash bag, and she's batshit. You'll see. I'm sure you're gonna look into this one because you're like, oh, she's hot, and then you're gonna go, no, she's not. No, she's not. Some forensics evidence.
Well, I'm old and desperate, so.
Yeah, some forensic evidence. Duct tape was wrapped around his head from chin to forehead. That's how he was killed.
Can't fix it.
By asphyxiation.
Can't fix it. Duck it.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been way quicker and more efficient if they would have used flex tape.
Gorilla tape is much better.
T-Rex tape. Yeah, keep it budget friendly. His arms were bound in front of him, and evidence showed he was buried while still clothed in red pajamas and a pull-up diaper. It's so sad. That little fucking detail makes it so sad. Fuck this bitch. And fuck Chad. He's still awaiting trial. Piece of shit. Another text from Chad to Lori after the burial of her son. He was calm and not in pain. He is free now. Yeah. And mind you, these are people that legitimately she was like, we're going to be exonerated. It's just a matter of time. Okay, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
She's a little Delulu.
Delulu. Well, you really do be watching too much fucking TikTok for a grown man. Part 6. Tammy Daybell's sudden death.
Now, wait, who's Tammy Day? Is that
That's Chad's wife.
Huh, how convenient.
Mind you, we're not going in full perfect chronological order.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all around the same time, though.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fucking time here.
So, no, dude, it's very fast. All this shit develops and takes off so fast. So, which just tells you how mentally disturbed these people were. I'm sure he had these ideas going for a while, but for her to get down with this dude and for it to escalate to this extent in that period of time.
He must have been good in the sack.
Do you imagine if they didn't catch this motherfucker? he would legitimately be running a massive cult by now if he was free. If you think about it, if he brainwashed the fuck out of her that easily, that quickly, to the point that she killed her fucking kids, or at least had something to do with it. So while all this was happening, Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell, mysteriously died in her sleep on October 19th of 2019. She was only 49. No autopsy was done because Chad refused one.
Of course.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, just 17 days after her death, Chad married Lori on a beach in Kauai. Yeah. Lori was all smiles, no children in sight. Go figure.
Free, baby.
And
free.
notably, she had ordered her wedding ring off Amazon using Charles Vallow's account weeks before Tammy had died.
Well, she was a planner.
That's her husband's account. Her dead husband. Well, I don't think he was dead. I don't know. Fucking everybody. They all dead. All these motherfuckers. There's blood and guts, spitting ass everywhere. So you wouldn't get that because you probably haven't seen Major Payne yet.
No.
You have to watch it. It's free on YouTube, motherfucker. So, Tammy's body was exhumed in December of 2019. And an autopsy later revealed bruises on her chest and arms consistent with restraint or smothering. Yeah. Now, if we're counting, we've got Charles Vallow, Joseph Ryan is another person, and Tammy Daybell.
No.
Joseph Ryan allegedly had a heart attack. He was. Go ahead.
It was Alex who killed Charles, right?
Yes.
Was he a part of the cultish? Or was he under Chad's spell too? Or
Yeah.
okay,
That's what I'm saying. Like, he fucking. Like this, Chad Daybell, like, which Chad wasn't his legal name, I don't believe, unless he may have changed it. But like
Chad,
he could have,
you're a douche.
he legitimately could have been like the next Jim Jones if this had gone unnoticed.
I'm just saying, if you pick Chad and it's not your given name, you're a douche.
But I don't know, man. Like. It is though. Like if you think about the people involved in this and the extreme lengths that it went to so fast. Like imagine if he didn't get caught.
That has escalated quickly.
Imagine if he like went to a non-extradition country.
Yeah, you're right. He could have had a bunch of people drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I was looking for it because my notes are all fucked up. Joseph Ryan was Lori Vallow Daybell's third husband and the father of her daughter Tylee.
Okay.
They were married in 2001 and divorced in 2004, had a custody battle. Joseph Ryan died in April of 2018 from an apparent heart attack, and his body was discovered more than a week after his death.
Now, are we insinuating that she had something to do with this? Or it was natural. Okay.
So authorities reviewed Joseph Ryan's death after an audio recording surfaced in which Lori discussed wanting to kill him, referencing a scripture.
Maybe she was just praying for it really hard and God answered her prayers. God works in mysterious ways.
Now they did kind of reinvestigate that whole thing, and it did come up that he did die of natural causes. They didn't find any foul play.
She's probably still guilty because she probably drove him.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
You made me burn the fucking green chili enchiladas again. It's the only thing I know how to make.
Okay. Let's talk about these backyard graves. Unfortunately, we had to get to it eventually.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So June 9th, 2020, investigators searched Chad Daybell's backyard in Salem, Idaho. There, under a tree near the pet cemetery, they found the remains of J.J. Vallow. He was wrapped in black plastic and duct tape, his mouth bound shut, his wrists and ankles restrained, and nearby, buried deeper and heavily burned, were Tylee's remains, so dismembered that authorities couldn't determine her exact cause of death, and her DNA had to be confirmed via tooth and bone fragments. During the search, Chad sat in his car nearby. When investigators found the remains, he tried to drive away, and he was arrested. You see him like bringing the body bags out, and he's like, I guess I'll just be hitting the old dusty trail. And like, come on, Ford Taurus, let's get out of here.
Well, I'm sure if I ever become a serial killer, which I will not, But if I do, you will not find.
We'll be way better at it than these guys.
You will not find any dead bodies in my backyard.
Right. At least put them onto your house like John Wayne.
No, they will not be on the premises. I will make these cops earn their fucking money.
Well, and
luckily for me, due to my stroke, I won't remember where I buried the bodies.
Well, and that was the thing of what was it? I believe Alex Cole or Alex, whatever the fuck, his phone was traced and pinged on their property for 2 hours. Basically, I think it was pinged almost perfectly in their backyard for 2 hours, right around the time of the disappearance of one of these kids. That he told his wife that he had hit a raccoon and was helping bury it or some shit like that. I'm like, okay.
Likely story.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's hard you gotta give respect. It's hard to be a serial killer or a killer in today's world.
Well, and even there's I can't remember her name, but there was a chick involved in this that was married to, it was Alex Cole's wife, because he told her this, and she kind of was going along with the whole thing.
Was that Melanie?
No.
Oh.
Or no, it was a friend.
Oh.
Or some shit. I really meant to do a family tree type deal here, but I didn't. But this lady, they kind of went along with it because Lori told her what to say to the cops about one of the kids. And she was like, oh, okay. I don't think she told her hey, cover my ass with the cops, tell them this lie.
Right.
But she did that, and then she recanted that after some more shit came up, and she was like, oh, no. Bad. This lie police, me go dead. Go jail long time. Me go perjury. That was another one I saw in the court proceedings. She was she asked the lady that went on a date with her husband at the time, a question, and the lady answered it, and I guess she didn't like her answer and thought she was lying, and she was like, do you know what perjury is? And the prosecuting attorney was like, objection. And the judge said, sustained, very argumentative, stick with the questions. It was kind of funny. Sue, excuse me. So, again, Chad just tried to quietly slide on out of there when this shit was discovered. He's like, I guess.
Maybe they won't notice.
Shh. D. He tried, he knocked over someone's trash can and tried to sneak away with it, but it was 2 dead children, which I'm not trying to make light of the dead children, but the fact that he just tried to slide on out of that fucking parking spot and was just like, it's time to go. Mexico, here I come. No, fuck you. Now, Lori was already in custody by this time. She had been arrested in Hawaii in February 2020 after failing to comply with a court order to produce the children. Now, let's talk about that. So this all went down, and then the grandparents get involved, and then I think 2 months around goes by with nobody seeing these kids. And then they can't find them with grandparents. They can't find them with family friends. They can't find them with relatives. They can't find the kids. So they issue an order that she has to produce the kids to show to the fucking Iowa police as a wellness check. And police in Hawaii go and they tell her, they're like, you have to do this. Again, at the time when they went to do that, there's really no signs that there's any kids there either. So then cops in Iowa put out an open warrant saying that she has by this date to produce these kids for a wellness check, or she will be arrested and she will be extradited back to Iowa and she will face whatever charges come from that point forward. She doesn't do it, so they go and get her ass. And that's why she was already detained. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they thought was going to come of this. They're stupid on top of everything else. So, we're almost done here. The trial and conviction. Lori's trial began in April of 2023. The charges: first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan and J.J. Vallow, conspiracy to commit murder, grand theft for collecting their Social Security checks after their deaths, because they were getting Social Security from their dad after he
He
died.
died. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, on top of that, I think there's something else that didn't get translated over to my notes. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I apologize for anybody listening to this, but I will make sure to double check all my shit before I do this. This whole thing. Fuck.
Don't worry, I'll edit it out.
So she also over the course of this whole thing, after Tylee disappeared, her mom Lori, like, also, not only was she still collecting the Social Security money that the kids were getting from their dads after he died, but Lori was also using her daughter's bank account and shit, and like Venmoing money to other people from her daughter's shit. One would assume in an attempt to clear out the bank account, which is another terrible fucking way to do that. Like, there's this is going to sound really bad, but there's way smarter ways to clear out your daughter's fucking bank account.
How old was it?
16.
Wouldn't she just be on the account and just go withdraw it?
You would think. But at the same time, if there's X amount of money, well, I don't know about withdrawals, but I know if you deposit more than $10,000, it like kind of gets flagged.
Well, she's a 16-year-old. What's the odds of a 16-year-old?
Oh, with Social Security and shit like that?
But the time frame of all this just couldn't have been too much.
Right. Yeah, it was literally like 2 years.
So
if that.
And a 16-year-old girl's going to spend some fucking money.
Yeah. Oh, she was.
So, I mean, I think under 18, you have to have a legal guardian on your account, I'm pretty sure.
Which is crazy. No, it's not crazy, but it is crazy the fact that, like, you have to go change that. Do you know that? You have to go change that. And you're, like, I think your parents have to go with you.
Just open up
You can be, like, 22, and they'll be like, your parents have to be here.
Just open up a new account.
But if you want to transfer those funds, they have to sign off on it.
Huh.
How nuts is that?
Huh. Well,
I didn't have a parent on my bank account after I was like 16, so I don't know.
I thought under 18 they had to.
I don't recall my dad having any control over my finances by the time I was like 15 or 16. I could be wrong, but like I had a debit card and all that shit. I had a debit card, had my name on it, all that shit.
I mean, I guess. Cash at me that shit, bitch.
Yeah. Snapchat me that pussy. You remember that song? Nah, you're old. So prosecution laid out the story in chilling detail. Didn't have to work too hard for that. Right. It's rough. Key evidence included texts between Lori and Chad labeling people as dark spirits, a zombie list ranking their family members.
Zombie.
Google searches about how to remove spirits from bodies. So you have the ability to fucking make these calls and all of this other shit, but you don't know how to take care of it?
Let's be honest. If I ever do commit this act, or not this act, but the act of murder, and the cops look at my search history, I'm fucked.
Yeah, pretty much every quote that I have did not translate over to this.
I am fucked.
Yeah, and then she just lied to cops, friends, family. She lied to everybody.
I've Googled some weird shit in my day.
We're going to have to delete that cache. So the prosecution laid out the story. Well, sorry, I missed something. This is a quote from the prosecution. Lori Vallow believed the end of the world was imminent. She believed her children were possessed, and she believed she had a divine mission to eliminate those who stood in her way.
She's on a mission from God.
Literally. Now, one of the most damning text messages came from Chad on the day after JJ vanished, which said, which I already said, he's calm, he's in no pain, he's free now. Lori did not testify. Her defense argued she was manipulated by Chad, but the jury didn't buy that.
But she defended herself.
She did eventually.
Oh.
She got tried in 2 different states.
Oh, she
got tried in Arizona and Idaho.
Oh, so one of them she defended herself, the other one. She said, I didn't do a good job.
Oh yeah, because in the interview I watched, like she talks about how manipulative and how much they lie and how they're paying the defense or the prosecution was paying their star witnesses or their expert witnesses $1 million. She said $1 million on retainer to say certain things, and she was like, "We didn't do that. I didn't do that with any of or the defense. We didn't do any of that with any of our witnesses." And the dude literally was like, "You didn't have any witnesses," and she was like, "Well." That people just don't know how it works. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You're too fucking, you're out of your pay grade here.
She wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
No, she's crazy is what she is. She thinks she's fucking right because she thinks she has this divine spiritual right, but she's crazy and also dumb on top of it. She's a fucking hairdresser. Which there's nothing wrong with being a hairdresser, but a hairdresser does not make you in any way, shape, or form. It makes you about as qualified to be a fucking attorney as me being a fucking cook in restaurant management. I'm probably more fucking apt to be a fucking attorney at this point than her ass. Like, realistically, I'd probably do a better job just off the top of my dome.
Probably.
She could spend 8 hours in a law library and just shit the bed, and I'd just fucking drink a Mountain Dew and walk in there and be like,
yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. No contest, Your Honor.
Objection. He's being a fucking dick. I'm going to allow that one, actually. I like it. Good one. We're rewriting the law books here today. So after just 7 hours of deliberation, the jury found her guilty on all accounts.
7 hours to figure this shit out?
Yeah, I know, right? They probably took a lunch. She was sentenced
6 hour, 45-minute lunch?
She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Oh, they should just fry her ass.
But no, but according to her, nothing's going to happen. Chad still is still awaiting trial, as we're about to say. Chad Daybell is, again, still awaiting trial, and he faces the death penalty. I don't know why she doesn't.
What is this, 2022?
23. This is now he's awaiting trial right now.
Her trial was
She just got sentenced in Iowa.
What the fuck? This is a problem with it takes too fucking long.
Yeah, she got transferred from prison in Arizona up to Idaho to face trial in Idaho.
What happened to the speedy trial fucking? Is that in the
Constitution? They just shoot both of them. Because on top of it, it's expensive as fuck to keep them.
I see.
Because I don't know. I haven't seen him say shit, but they have to keep her in like protective custody and all that shit. Like she was talking about how she was in one jail, I think in Arizona, and she was just in a pod completely by herself because it was such a high profile thing. And because of what she did, they were worried that like the other prisoners were going to fucking off her ass. She killed her kids.
I believe that is a thing.
It's 100% a thing, but like, so you're telling like, what are we like? Fuck them. Let them go into general population. They made the choices. Let them fucking deal with the consequences if they come at them. Because she ain't fighting her way out of jack shit, I can tell you that. She's softer than baby shit. Poopies. I think they should let her, just put her in Gen Pop. Fuck them.
I don't disagree.
And again, I didn't see any quotes from Chad Daybell. Like,
well,
and she talked about like how they tried to get her to like she's so stupid and so naive. She was talking this reporter asked her, he was like, so you won't implicate or blame any of this on Chad? And she was like, neither of us did anything wrong. We're gonna be exonerated of everything. Like she really still thinks that like this is a holy thing. And to the point that he was like, so what about when Chad blamed a lot of this on you in his case or in his trial or arraignment or whatever the fuck? And mind you, she subpoenaed like victims and like people that were either unrelated or could not be subpoenaed to this trial. And when asked about it, she was like, I was just so overwhelmed. I just signed a stack of subpoenas. He was like, well, for the next time we come to trial, I'm going to need you to be more diligent with your subpoenas. These are very important things. Like literally like people that like should morally and legally should not and legally could not be subpoenaed. She tried to subpoena them into court. And they're like, hey, bitch, eat a fat bag of dicks. No, fuck you. Go back to prison, eat some chicken nuggets, and think about your dumbass decisions because you're going to die there. Rightfully so. Anyway. Where was I? So, again, Chad Daybell, still awaiting trial. Prosecutors believe he was not only a co-conspirator, but the spiritual leader of the murders. No shit, that's pretty much confirmed. Oh, what I was saying, when the reporter asked about Chad saying like she was a lot of the problem for this, she was like, yeah, his defense team told me that. And he was like, and how'd you react to that? And he was like, well, they told me, they said, Lori, I'm telling you that we're going to blame this on you, but Chad wants me to tell you that he doesn't want to. And she was like, he just has to do it. They're making him do it to build their case. And I'm like, no, you're a fucking idiot. He's trying to scapegoat the fuck out of you, you dumb bimbo.
She's blonde.
She's blonde, brunette, fucking pink. It don't matter. She's stupid and fucking brainwashed. And the fact that that hasn't hit her yet, she's literally in prison forever, can't get out. She's going to die there. I'm pretty sure she technically has 2 or 3 life sentences. So even if she does die and come back to life, the bitch is still going to stay in there for another lifetime. And it hasn't hit you that he's just trying to drop all this on you and get out of fucking prison and go do it to some other dumb bitch. I don't try not to, speak ill of women, but fuck her.
Well, if you kill kids, you don't deserve that.
You're no longer a human.
You get a little heat. Just saying.
Yeah. So Melanie Gibb, Lori's former best friend, testified that Lori believed, and this is a quote, if a person became a zombie, the only way to free their soul was to kill the body.
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, yeah, in a movie. Now,
zombies were real.
Yeah, now Alex Cox was likely the enforcer, obviously. Did a lot of the dirty work. He died in December of 2019 of natural causes. He had a pulmonary embolism, I believe. His role remains central, but he won't stand trial because he's dead.
Obviously.
Yeah. Tylee Ryan and J.J. Vallow were buried without dignity, murdered by the people who were supposed to protect them. And Lori, she still claims she did nothing wrong. In her sentencing statement, she said, Jesus knows me, and Jesus understands me. No one else does. Go fuck yourself.
Jesus.
So before we get into the cleaning house at the end, I'll give a little conclusion to this that we can use if we want to on other little short videos. This case is about delusion, about the deadly consequences of unchecked belief, but most of all, it's about 2 children, Tylee and JJ, whose voices were silenced by the very person who claimed to speak for God. And that is the story of Lori Vallow.
Well said, Travis.
I thought so.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't call it beautiful, but I would say it's somewhat comprehensive for the scenario we're dealing with. Fuck this bitch. Oh. You have to like not even just watch the docuseries if you want to watch it. It's interesting. Watch the court proceedings and the interviews. She is fucking crazy. She still wholeheartedly holds on to like all of this idealism.
But in all honesty, it's not surprising. Anybody that would do these acts and have these thoughts, it's par for the course. She's gonna think she's innocent.
But at the same time, look at Rocktario and the Anthill Kids. I'm pretty sure he was beaten to death by members of the Anthill Kids.
Yeah.
In prison, or at least partially. Like, you have to snap out of it. Like, how good is his dick that you're still thinking this? You'll never touch it again. You'll never speak to this man again. Because I'm sure there's ways that they can correspond via mail or postcard or something like that. But, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is Jesus Rick Grimes? Is he going to find a way into the prison and free you from all the zombies? No. If Jesus is a real celestial being that comes down here one day, he's going to look through your prison cell, the bars on your prison cell, and go, oh, you're the bitch that killed her fucking kids. Fuck you. And he's going to keep on walking.
You're fucked.
He's like, oh, you blame that shit on me? He's going to DX her. Suck it.
I don't think the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes, he does. He's gonna be wearing a D-Generation X T-shirt when he comes back. What are you talking about? He's bringing back all the good ones. He's gonna come back. He's gonna have Scott Hall on one side. He's gonna have fucking X-Pac on the other. Even though I don't think he's dead.
I think he's still alive.
His soul died years ago.
Oh yes.
Who else? He's gonna have China. Yeah. Yokozuna. Andre the Giant. He's gonna bring all the generations together. He's gonna have Bruno.
Pillman.
He's gonna have Bruno Sammartino doing the suck it.
I mean, I need to.
No,
find
Jesus is gonna have Dusty Rhodes with him, for sure. Could you imagine how great that'd be? Jesus walking around dressed like Bret the Hitman Hart, kinda, and like he's just got an angel of Dusty Rhodes walking around like, oh, it's Jesus, baby. Jesus don't come back to get all us out of here. He gonna be the new savior. Oh, baby. He was like, I'm the American dream. He the everything dream. Muslims was wrong, baby.
Oh, that's gonna get us fucked.
Well, I mean, if Jesus came back, everybody else would be wrong, really.
I don't know. I'm not.
Those calm, serene Buddhists would be like, fuck.
All right. Are we done?
Yeah, man. What's your take?
I don't know.
She's like, if I would have had a little bit more time to try to find a royalty free, if you will, video to show, she's absolutely bonkers.
This is one of those cases to where we know before the West Memphis 3, how quick can we get them through the drive-through line to the chair? Or to
Yeah,
the knee?
right.
After the West Memphis 3
Like those
case,
dudes got butt fucked in how short of a period of time?
after the West Memphis 3 case, I pumped the brakes a little and kind of backed off corporal punishment.
Fuck
The death
her.
penalty. But
Give her the death penalty.
This case,
if he doesn't get the death penalty, I'll really be pissed.
pushes me back over the fucking edge a little bit.
Especially like when you hear about like first off, they basically asphyxiated and killed the daughter. But like when you hear the details of like the 7-year-old boy with autism had duct tape from his chin to his forehead, absolutely 100% give both of them the death penalty. Even if she didn't physically do it, if she had anything to do with that, fucking give her, like, at least put her up for the death penalty. The fact that he's the only one that faced it is astounding to me, and I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm not the hugest death penalty guy, but in a situation like this, I find it to be warranted.
I'm just going to say this. If there's kids involved, death penalty.
If there's kids involved and it's not an accidental death,
You get the
if
gold
it's like
pass.
yeah, if it's like you crashed
front
your
of the
car
line.
and your kid died, maybe we work around that one.
Difference between manslaughter and murder.
Yes.
If it's murder and your kids are involved, especially your children, your gold pass it to the front of the line.
Yeah.
That's my take.
That's fucking like you're gonna be astounded when you see, again, more so the court proceedings and shit like that. Like YouTube that they're fresh. Like what is it, East Idaho News or whatever the fuck? Like they're been on top of it. Like one of their male reporters has a back and forth with her. He's interviewed her several times. Like they literally just put out a 30-minute interview with her 5 days ago that I watched. 5 days. Like this shit is very recent. Or at least the court proceedings.
Okay. I mean, people are fucked up. People are crazy.
Yeah, it's the kind of things like you almost forget what she's on trial for when you watch the video. Because the way she talks, you're just sitting there like, what? like, what fucking drugs are you getting into prison? Because I want some. And then you're like, oh, wait, this bitch is facing life without possibility for killing her goddamn kids. Or at least for being an accomplice to killing her fucking kids.
Yep. So, I don't know.
It's horse shit. It's horse shit.
Horrible.
Fuck her.
She's going to burn in hell.
Yeah, I know. The second coming is going to be Satan just right up her ass. Fiery sperms.
She's getting the middle tongue on the pitchfork.
Ooh. So you can't get off? You get like stuck there?
Yeah. All right. Well, nighty night, kids. Glad we could bring this to you late.
Glad we could bring you all these good
Tuesday
positive
night.
feelings.
Go to bed, sweet dreams. But we will see you next week.
With something?
I'm kind of going back to the paranormal a little bit.
We need to.
We've been true crime and conspiracy heavy the past
Yeah.
for a while. I'm trying to get us back to our roots a little bit. We're going to do some ghosties.
Because you were always the paranormal guy.
We're going to do some ghosties next week. I think.
Ooh,
I got a good one.
spoopy.
I got a good one that will make you question. A little precursor. It'll make you question if you all. You know, I don't think it's as big as a deal now as what it was back 5-10 years ago about paranormal investigating. Everybody wanted to do it.
Oh yeah.
This is a case that will make you think about maybe might not be a good idea.
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I'll tell you two things about doing that shit. One, and the majority of the time, you're gonna just be bored out of your mind. And two, every once in a while, a very small, probably less than a 1% of the time, you're gonna wish you'd stayed home.
This is a case as a paranormal investigator
That we want to go on.
No, I don't think you can now.
Fuck.
But if you want to investigate the paranormal, you want to play stupid games,
You win stupid prizes.
you could win stupid prizes. And this is
I'm
one
excited.
could make.
Is it something I'm going to know about?
I've never heard of it, but it's a pretty big deal. It's a case. So
I'm interested.
All
I'm
right.
interested to find out.
Well, we'll see you next week. Take care. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that happy shit. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app. Listen to it. We do put the video of these edited live streams on
We take out some of
Spotify. So if you use Spotify, you can catch the edited video of this live stream.
Minus a couple dick and fart jokes.
Yes, minus a couple. Maybe I'll take out one. We got a 2 max limit.